All right, here we are. Step number 8, persistence. Another good one that a lot of people have a difficult time with. So here we go. Let's talk about persistence, the sustained effort necessary to induce faith. So I'm going to talk about a few points that persistence is based upon. A few things that I think it's really important to have, and one is definiteness of purpose. Because we all know, if you have been following this course, knowing what one wants, right? The definiteness of purpose, knowing what one wants is the first and perhaps the most important step towards the development of persistence. A strong motive forces one to surmount many difficulties. So it's not just a haphazard ho-hum, I wish for this, but a definiteness of purpose, something specific that you want and are aiming towards. And of course, desire. One of the key ones, of course. And desire, once you really want something, once you have that burning desire, that love for something that you're pursuing, whatever it is, once it's a passion of yours, it's definitely, comparatively, of course, easy to acquire and to maintain persistence in pursuing the object of whatever it is you're targeting. So strong burning desire is key for being persistent. Another one, self-reliance. And this one is belief in one's ability to carry out a plan encourages one to follow the plan through with persistence. Now, self-reliance can be developed through the principles described in the step of auto-suggestion. Right? When you basically trick your mind, it's kind of like a mind hack where you repeat to yourself your written definite goal, when you'll have it, and what you're going to do in exchange for it. And you say that with firm belief, backed with emotion. You've got to not just repeat words. That in itself is meaningless. You got to really see yourself, visualize yourself saying that, and saying that with full faith, believing. So that will help you gain self-reliance, and in turn will help you with persistence. Another one, definiteness of plans. Organized plans, even though they may be weak and entirely impractical, encourages persistence. So you have definiteness of purpose, a goal, a definite goal that you're shooting for, and then a definiteness of plans, a plan of how to achieve that. Now, again, you don't have to have all the steps laid out clearly. That in itself, of course, can be very difficult, especially if you're starting. You shouldn't probably know. It's unrealistic for you to really know every single step for you to take in order to achieve that success or goal, whatever it is. If everyone knew, then everyone would be successful. But it's that fact, that risk that it entails, not knowing all the steps. That's the risk. But that's what makes that's what makes these things art. That's what makes you achieve your masterpiece, because you're willing to take that risk, go all in, and follow through with these plans that you have. The first step. Then the next step will be made clear. But a lot of times, you only know the first step that you can take right in front of you. It could be very simple, and you may not know what you're going to do after that. But once, and this happens quite often, once you take that first step, the next step comes to light. It becomes clear. So make sure you have that plan. And another one, the next one is accurate knowledge. There you go. So knowing that one's plans are sound based upon experience or observation encourages persistence. Guessing instead of knowing destroys persistence. So if you have a goal, make sure you're taking the time to research, strengthening yourself, investing in yourself, whether that's taking courses or getting a coach to teach you, work with you throughout this. You need accurate knowledge to know, not just guesswork. You have to know what you're going for and how you're going to achieve it. Cooperation. So sympathy, understanding, and harmonious cooperation with others tend to develop persistence. So that's where the masterminds or your community or coach, mentors can really help you in here to push you through those feelings of procrastination and to help you be persistent in your actions that you need to take. Next one, willpower. The habit of concentrating one's thoughts upon the building of plans for the attainment of a definite purpose leads to persistence. And of course, good old habit. Persistence is the direct result of habit. The mind absorbs and becomes a part of the daily experiences upon which it feeds. Fear, the worst of all enemies, can be effectively cured by forced repetition of acts of courage. Everyone who has seen active service and war knows this, right? So another one, that goes in with habit is, again, the famous saying that I love. I don't even remember where I read this, but repetition decreases resistance. The more you do something, the easier it will become. So if you face, procrastination, uninspired, you feel tired, but you just keep going anyways. You take that step, and every day you take the steps necessary to achieve that success. No matter how large or small, every day you make it into a habit. You force yourself to do it, no matter how you're feeling. You'll find you'll get easier, and once it becomes a habit, it gets easier. Now, those feelings of procrastination, I don't think will ever go away, to be honest. But you become stronger. You become more able to overcome those feelings of procrastination through habits, through positive habits you build every single day. So how to develop persistence? This is a 4-step thing that I've studied. And one is a definite purpose backed by a burning desire to its fulfillment. Again, that combines 2 of the things we talked about in the previous slide: a burning desire and a definiteness of purpose. So you need a definite purpose. You can't just be aiming haphazardly and say, oh, I want to be rich, or I want to be a singer, or I want to be a writer. You got to have a definite way. You want to be this, through this, or how I want to do this. I want to be rich by building an online course to do this and this and this, or whatever. If you want to be a writer, I want to be a writer of a specific genre, novels, a sci-fi novel. And I'm going to do that by following these steps, and I'm going to do this by this set of time. And it's got to be a burning desire to push you through. It's got to really want to do it. Otherwise, it's going to peter out. Number 2, a definite plan expressed in continuous action. So you can't just be dreaming about it all the time. That's just a dream. That's just wishful thinking. If you really desire it, and if you really follow these steps to the letter, 100%, go all in and you follow the steps. You have that desire. You have the faith, belief. You visualize it. You know you have it. You write that down. You turn that thought into an actual written form. Set aside a time, a goal, a specific goal, and how you're going to do it. And repeat that to yourself. Follow the auto-suggestion step every single day when you wake up, before you go to sleep. And then you follow through. That should naturally translate into action. Otherwise, it's just a dream, right? Vision without execution is just hallucination. You got to believe it. If you got to a point where you really believe that you have that goal, that you have that success, you have whatever it is that you're targeting for, you visualize it, you know you have it, actions will naturally follow. If it doesn't, then it's just daydreaming. Number 3, a mind closed tightly against all negative and discouraging influence, including, really important here, including negative suggestions of relatives, friends, and acquaintances. Now, a lot of the times, they mean well. Your friends and relatives can mean well. But again, you have to realize that a lot of them are really worried mainly about you. They're letting circumstances and worry, which is really based on fear, control their thinking. So you've got to make sure that your mind is closed tightly against all negative, discouraging influence. Make sure you are guarding your thoughts, guarding what's coming into your thoughts, into your mind, because we all know, and this is the main thing that this course is all about, is getting you into that mindset that's going to transform ideas, desires into reality, into your actual tangible physical results. And then do that by having that mindset, that belief where it's so strong where nothing can shake it. Not even circumstances will dictate your decision and the actions you take. All right. And 4th, a friendly alliance with one or more persons who will encourage one to follow through with both plan and purpose. So this is where a coach or a mentor is really essential for one's success. And that's why people pay tens of thousands of dollars to get coaching, one-on-one coaching, or hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's really a thriving and growing industry. which is also what I'm doing as well, to help people who need support. And we all need support. Even I have a coach. Everyone who is successful will have a mentor or a coach, or again, a mastermind, a group or community who share that same value, who are at that place in life where you want to go to as well. Because remember, you are an average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Now think about that and let that really sink inside. And then if you don't already have one, hire a coach, or at least create a group, create a mastermind or new group of friends who are where you want to be at in life. And then make sure you spend the majority of time with them, talk to them. And if it's a mastermind, spend at least 1 or 2 days out of the week where you can talk about your ideas, talk about your plans and actions, and then support each other to make sure you're persistently following through with your plan by taking consistent action to achieving that goal you have. So this step was about persistence, really key, because this is, again, where a lot of people fail. They start off with great dreams and ideas and visions of grandeur, and they get all fired up, right? They made a decision to go out and do it and achieve that goal. And then the next day comes along and they just peters out. The inspiration isn't there, so they stop doing it. Don't let your circumstances dictate who you will become in the future. Your future is created by the decisions you make today. And that's why having a definite purpose and a burning desire will help you achieve that goal, even when you don't feel like putting in the action, even when you feel like procrastinating and just going and tuning into YouTube or social media or whatever it is that will distract you from doing what you should do in order to achieve that success. Because success isn't easy to achieve. If it was easy, everyone would be successful. It's hard. And it's mainly hard because our mindset, our brains, and our mind has been wired and conditioned to really just follow the status quo, be controlled by our environment, by our circumstances. And that's why these steps are so important, to retrain your mind, to utilize and untap the full potential that your mind actually has. We have so much power through our thoughts, through our ability to create, imagine, and faith and belief. And by turning that into an actual thought, making that part of you, changing your reality, your perception of reality through your mind, and turning that into actual tangible actions will bring actual results, no matter where you are at life. Again, this is not just some random idea pulled out of thin air. This is years and years, decades of research by Napoleon Hill and other people who came after him. The Broad Proctors, Tony Robbins. There's so many people, whether you agree them or not, they have studied successful people. There are so many people who came from nowhere, who came from nothing, who followed these base core values, these steps, these beliefs, so that they can achieve that goal that they are enjoying. And that means you can too. No matter where you are in life, you have the ability to do so as well. You have the ability to achieve success beyond your wildest dream if you just know, if you believe it, if you believe in yourself, if you follow these steps consistently. All right. So that is persistence, one of the steps to achieve success.